Hi everyone, welcome back to this technical analysis trading course. Today we are going to be talking about the relative strength index. So let's get right to the relative strength index, or the RSI. The RSI is calculated in the following manner. RSI equals 100 minus 100 divided by 1 plus RS. And RS is the average gain in end periods. So if we're talking about days, then RS is the average gain in days minus the average loss in that same number of days. Usually the RSI is calculated on a 14-day period. You can change this time frame, but that is the standard N that we're talking about. RSI provides buy and sell signals when a stock reaches an overbought or oversold condition. RSI is an oscillator, meaning it moves between 0 and 100, and we use it as a trend reversal indicator. It's best to use RSI with other indicators, such as support and resistance, because you'll often find overbought or oversold conditions around support or resistance. So when RSI rises over 70, we're going to look to sell the stock, or at a minimum, we're going to look to tighten our stops and be ready for the stock to turn down. When the RSI is under 30, we're going to look to buy the stock, as the stock is in an oversold condition at that point. Some traders like to use 80 and 20 as opposed to the 70 and 30 level with RSI. So if you're a more conservative trader, you're going to look to sell a stock, or again, tighten your stops when RSI reaches the 80 level, and you're going to look to buy the stock when RSI dives under 20. We're also going to look for divergences, just like we did with the MACD. So we'll look for both positive and negative divergences. If the RSI is moving down and the stock is continuing to move up, we have a negative divergence. And if RSI is moving up and the stock is moving down, then we have a positive divergence. Let's look at RSI on a chart and see how we would use it in our trading. Let's use a chart of Tesla to look at the relative strength index. So here we have Tesla, TSLA, which is typed in the upper left portion of our TradingView screen. We're looking at a daily chart, and we're going to go to Indicators and type in RSI. We see the relative strength index. Places the relative strength index at the bottom of the screen. And we can see in mid-June that the RSI gave us an overbought indicator. This line represents the 70 level. The RSI went through 70 and actually went up to around the 78 level. So this was giving us a sell indicator, and we would either sell or tighten our stops if we are long the stock at this point, which had been in an uptrend here. And we see the stock, after the RSI gave us the sell indicator, sold off. The stock had been trading. It went to a high here of 373.73. And then in the sell-off, it went down to a low of 286.13. So that was a nice move down in the stock with the sell signal provided by the RSI. The stock bounced, and we got another sell signal on the RSI here when it touched 70. So on this strong move up in the stock, the RSI was telling you that the stock was overbought at this point. And again, we would either sell our position or tighten our stop at this point. The stock trended down, and we actually get a buy signal in early September. Here the RSI gives us a buy signal as it drops through the 30 level, telling us the stock is oversold at this point. And we get a nice rally in the stock from around 260 up to around the 315 level. So that's the RSI with Tesla, but let's zoom out a little bit. And what we'll see is that the RSI, if we draw in a couple of trend lines, We have support here around this level. We have resistance here, which the stock did move through, but then came right back through within a day or two in each case. So if we had used resistance and support along with our RSI indicator, that would have given us more confidence that the trades were correct at this point. RSI is an oscillator that is best used, if you can use, with a support and resistance level. So that's RSI combined with support and resistance in the stock of Tesla. I'd like to thank you for watching this video on the Relative Strength Index. In our next video, we're going to be talking about a couple of reversal indicators, a double top and a double bottom. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.